And now, Freelance Heroism presents Return to Ravenloft.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we even get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates at the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier. Rachel, would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Crispy, Nate, Breakmeister, and Rebecca. Thank you so much, everyone.
You guys help us make a better show for everyone, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you.
Thank you.
I also like how when I'm like, we want to go over the patrons, there's like a moment where you're not certain if you're supposed to say yes or yes again. Like, so I have to just speed through the one so that you have the second one.
Uh-huh.
You'll notice it. You'll notice it.
Right.
Anyway, so today we were going to talk about family food kind of things, right?
Yeah.
In particular, people who don't want to try something or people who have a weird quirk about something they do. I want to start with boiled chicken. That's where I want to start.
Who would do that?
I think
I
that is
know.
crazy shit.
So growing up, my mom, even now, she is very much into sort of making food as miserable as possible. It just in the idea of it being healthy.
Right.
So one of the things that she would make all the time is that she would just straight up boil chicken on the stove.
Now, to clarify, not like in preparation of a soup.
No.
Just a hard, no seasoning, dunk a fucking chicken breast into a pot of water.
Yes, yeah, that is she. I mean, she would get like
cook it like a Fenway Frank. Just boil that bitch.
She would get like packs of the frozen chicken breast and then just, put a couple in a big pot of water, just boil that and
Seasoning?
she might add like pepper and salt,
Before it
after.
goes in?
No,
Oh, after. Okay.
after.
Oh, good. I would hate to lose the flavor. When you told me that, I fucking couldn't believe that was true. I was like, she must have been doing something else. Like,
No, I have.
maybe she's trying to bring the temperature down real quick. So she had like, I don't know, boiling chicken.
Yeah, I have many memories of just like big pots of cloudy chicken water.
What's that smell like? It's gotta smell fucking tremendously terrible.
Sad. It smells sad.
It smells like sadness.
Yeah.
That's my new perfume, sadness. Oh man, that sounds wretched.
Yeah.
I hope she's listening. Don't do that anymore.
Look, my mom is not a good cook. She is absolutely awful.
There's a difference between good cook and boiling chicken. You know? Even a bad cook and boiling chicken. You know what the thing that bothers me the most about the boiling chicken?
What?
Is that it's not that hard to bake the chicken.
Yeah.
It's easier, actually.
Look, I don't know. I don't know why, but it was just very often just boiled chicken. That was one of her staples.
A lot of people in my family, I'm gonna take the heat off the boiled chicken for a minute.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna turn the water down to a simmer. A lot of people in my family won't eat anything that they haven't already eaten, which is a weird thing, and I'm aware of a paradox, and but at some point there was a moment where everything they ate up until that point was it. They won't eat anything else.
Right.
So like, my dad used to cook the same like couple recipes over and over again,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess at some point they're kids, so you want to make sure they'll eat it. You don't want to waste food.
Yeah.
But it was like there's like a heavy rotation. It was like almost every day. Every Thursday was this, and it was weird. I had a hard time. My mom never ate Mexican food ever. She just thought that it was gonna be too hot or whatever. It was just like that kind of vibe.
That it like because I grew up in Texas, so having Mexican food is like you would be strange if you didn't have Mexican food.
Right. But say like I had to convince her. I was like, I'm gonna take you out to lunch. I'm gonna I'm gonna order for us because you don't know what anything is. I'm gonna get this for you. So I got her something kind of simple. I just some like seasoned beef tacos with like white cheese, and it was very good, and like refried beans, the standard Mexican fare, right?
Yeah.
Like American Mexican.
Yeah.
And when she had it, each time she took a bite of something, she's like, "This is so good." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, I know, it's really, really good."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Okay, you gotta try the cheese dip." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "Just try it." And she's like, "Oh my god, this is great." I'm like, "I know." Now, see, like since then, I've been trying little things, like things that sound terrible. I couldn't get her to eat shepherd's pie. She thought it sounded horrible.
Oh God, I love
I
shepherd.
know.
I mean, I make like a weird vegetarian version, but I love it.
Yeah, she wouldn't eat shepherd's pie, and then I was like, "Let me just cook it one time,
Mhm.
and if you hate it, you hate it, right?" And I
Yeah.
made it, and she was like, "This is amazing." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to make it."
Uh,
Like, there's a bunch of things like that, and I've been trying. Like I said before, I've been working on sushi for about a decade. Well, it doesn't see. I'm not making a lot of ground there,
yeah.
but I just know that there are certain kind of combinations, like it would be great
hmm
if I could just get there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I so your mom only eats the boiled chicken. Like, when does she ever cook chicken a different way? Like, just to mix it up?
I
What's
don't
the impetus for the boiled chicken? Is it, you said health?
healthy. Yeah.
Yeah, but baked chicken's healthy
I
and it has
I
less
don't know.
water.
I don't know. Maybe because I mean m my mom is both a terrible cook and also very lazy, so maybe she sees baking chicken as more work than just boiling a chicken breast.
That's impossible because you have to boil the water. You have to get a pot and you have to boil. Look, okay, baked
Uh-huh.
chicken.
Uh-huh.
Take chicken, toss it on a pan,
Mhm.
put it in the oven,
Mhm.
take it out the oven. It's done, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Doesn't even have water. There's no prep step, right?
Right.
And
I
it cooks
don't
faster, I'd imagine, than a boiled chicken. I don't know how
I
long that
don't
takes.
know.
In my mind, I'm seeing like a real Dickensian spoon over a big kind of, like bowl of brown,
Uh,
kind of stirring. That's the
mhm.
vibe I'm getting. Like just like 1,000 like scruffy looking children lined up outside the door, and some large bearded man handing out fucking, like, not even cutting up the chicken, but like scooping like some water
Uh-huh.
and some like chicken chunks,
Yeah.
just pushing it into the chest of a kid and like, get out of here.
Yeah, the water's got like the white kind of froth
Oh,
on it. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. My mom, like we had a lot of hamburger helper.
Right.
And I didn't know this, but you're supposed to mix water or not water. You're supposed to mix milk with like some of it. My mom would mix water because water doesn't have calories.
I always put water in
Milk
it.
does. So
And when I had a hamburger helper, it was always with water. I never
yeah.
put milk in. That's weird. I don't know. It's weird to me.
Yeah. I- Well,
Yeah.
my mom thought the same thing, I guess.
So, today
Mhm.
I am cooking braised short ribs in red wine and beef stock with garlic and onion, and that's going to be slow cooking for a couple hours, and then buttery mashed potatoes, right? And you're going to put them right on top, right? I'm going to just pull the bone, right? And put that right on top, and then with that I made bacon wrapped asparagus, right? My mom doesn't want to try asparagus. I told her, I can make asparagus really well, but I'll kind of jazz it up a little bit,
Mhm.
put some balsamic on there.
Asparagus is so good.
It is really good. I
Yeah.
I I like it with all kinds of things, but in particular, I like it with soy,
Mhm.
like a little soy sauce on it,
Ah,
like
yeah.
garlic soy sauce.
Yeah.
Have you tried that yet? I
Mm-mm.
told you about it. You should. It's
I
really
should.
good.
Yeah.
You can put it in the air fryer for like 6 minutes. Take it out and then just dredge it in soy. Perfect.
That sounds really good.
It is really good. You can make when I make ramen, like I'll oftentimes do like that on the side.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Nice.
I know.
Well,
I'm excited for this bacon wrapped asparagus.
You sent me a picture of that. It looks really good.
You can't eat it.
I know I can't eat it. It still
You
looks
can't
good.
eat it because it is like I was like, I'm gonna send her the antithesis of her entire life. Look at these vegetables wrapped in bacon.
I mean, it doesn't bother me. Like, I'm not.
Do you ever feel upset that you don't get to have that awesome bacon?
Sometimes, yeah.
I try my best to not eat bacon because pigs can sometimes be smart.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started thinking, like, I don't really think stupid people are important in my life.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, if a person's real stupid, I just disregard them as a sentient being. And like, and I was like, and they're not even flavorful. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
So I never had a shot. I never had a shot with pigs.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, I don't know. I feel bad about it, but
Mm-hmm.
then I eat the bacon, then I feel better.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you have plenty more cooking to get to. So do you want to go ahead and go to this week's episode?
Sure.
Okay. So this is Return to Ravenloft, Season 2, Episode 29. This is our Season 2 finale,
Nice.
Rogue Trip.
Rogue Trip. Yeah. You got to play some cool music there. When you play like a guitar sound, like when you Rogue Trip. Bam!
Little guitar solo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A great title. All right, to the episode.
All right. Well, I scried Kaeviir.
Okay.
I think his -4.
I'll allow it.
His -4 does not beat the DC.
Okay.
So
I'm too kind to point out that I could have lucky rolled that or used any one of my
Important
rolls, but I didn't. I'll allow it,
Okay.
Rachel.
Okay.
on a failed save, which is what Kaeviir did, he failed the save.
Because I chose to fail it.
He failed it.
I could have gone
The
again.
spell creates an invisible sensor within 10 feet of the target. You can see and hear through the sensor as if you were there. The sensor moves with the target, remaining within 10 feet of it for the duration. A creature that can see invisible objects sees the sensor as a luminous orb about the size of your fist. It lasts for 10 minutes. I will be spending the entire 10 minutes watching through the orb.
Does it say invisible?
Yes.
It says anyone who can see invisibility.
Yes.
What about a person with an inordinately high investigation?
You can't see
It
invisibility.
Perception.
Yeah, it has to be able to see invisible.
Does it have form?
No.
It doesn't have a tangible form.
It doesn't say it does.
So like if wind were to blow and make a whistle noise and then a scrying sensor disrupted the wind.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying.
So I also want to point out.
This is why I throw paint at all times.
I also want to point out
random
that
directions.
in the spell description, it does say if a target knows you're casting the spell, it can fail the saving throw voluntarily if it wants to be observed. Kaeviir doesn't know. Kaeviir doesn't know I'm casting the spell. He doesn't know that I'm casting it. Therefore, he fails it. He didn't choose to fail it. He just failed it.
I want you to know that is incredibly petty, and I've never been more attracted to you than when you just did that. I want you to know that you're going to get it later.
Hey, Nate.
Just for that. Yeah.
So, Nate, what are you doing later tonight?
He's like, hopefully failing a save. D-Walk, cast something on him quick.
Oh.
Oh, God.
So, now that we have established that Kaeviir failed this save, not of his own volition, he just failed it. Please describe the scene to me, David.
Before you describe the scene, I would like to, under protest, say, Rachel,
Mhm.
could you give yourself a hero point? You can use that point of inspiration
Mhm.
for any check that involves you being a bitch. I don't think you'll need it, but you have it anyway.
Wow. I allow.
For any bitch-based checks or saves, maybe with a dash of charisma and a sprinkling of deception.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh, I love when D-Walk does that. He's like, I think it's a perception with a dash of medicine. I'm like, what the fuck is this? How do I roll that?
a dash at a time.
He said that before in
You
game.
roll you,
I was
you,
like,
you
how
roll it
Mhm.
you roll a d20 for the full thing, and then a
A
d4
D10 for the assignment.
Yeah.
for the
Okay.
secondary component.
All right. Yes, I failed the save, as Rachel has
Okay.
so astutely made very clear, earning
Multiple times.
her double dice bitch bonus. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. The first thing she hears is her father's voice say, I think my favorite part of Parade March was just staring at Thras's ass. Just in the front.
That's a weird thing to say. It's weird that you would say that to me.
Just, can I not compliment a paladin's ass? I mean,
No,
you asked me what my favorite part of Formation was.
no one has told Adrie that the Kaeviir's traveling with Ludo.
Queen's 4, by the way.
Ah, shit. Rook to A7. All right. So, where was I? Oh, Formation. No, no, she led us pretty much to the gates of hell most of the time. Yeah. The fact that you say she's traveling with Thoth doesn't really make sense with who Thrasta was, but like Adri with Kess, we don't know who she is right now.
That's the reason I needed to leave them separate. I think you can understand the emotional tie between a child and their mother. Probably not the most emotionally stable situation. Probably incapable of making a accurate appraisal.
I love Adri, but she tried to save the other me,
Right.
and
I
he was
wouldn't
a
have
dick.
done that. He was, yes.
Chopped off his hand.
She ate
Fucking
dinner
good
with
play.
mine. Yeah. She had a
Yeah,
she had a
I'm
nice
still questioning that one. Yeah,
she still had a nice
like
dinner. What was
she
what
went
was
into
she
that like
thinking?
I don't know. I mean, everyone else was like, no, we're not going inside. We're going to stay outside. But no, she goes
She went
into the
right
fucking
in. You
like,
see, that's what I'm talking about. That's why
and that was like Curse
I know
Mannington,
she's
right?
into me for that reason, because
She
we
had
look
dinner with the evil you.
right. We look the same, except for I'm substantially
Oh.
better at everything. So I mean, why
Victor
wouldn't
says
I?
that asshole's back.
Yeah,
Like, I thought you guys killed him like twice.
cut his head off the second time.
The hell, he just won't die.
Look, like you were saying, just persistence will get you there. That's sort of
Yeah,
what
you
he's
just
like.
erode that. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Why are they in New Orchard Springs?
Well, we had found that this is sort of the area where she was. So we were headed here originally, and I had sort of had the thought to let me go down there first, and I started thinking this is going to go poorly. And by tipping my hand as to what I was doing, they wouldn't let me go. They would have done all kinds of things to try to stop me, and then
No,
even
I
if
mean,
they
but
would have
why is like,
agreed,
yeah, no. Well, I was asking more why was Soth and Thrasta coming to New Orchard Springs?
oh, that's an interesting question. I hadn't thought to think that one. I'm just gonna stare at him deadpan.
You're the one who has more information. I got drugged by a little necromancer all grown up and dropped in your ship.
Yeah.
You telling me he went back through a mirror?
Must have. Well, the mirrors was unlocked in there. It's not something I would have condoned, but we don't even know it was Victor that
Him.
brought you through.
Yeah. Well, no, he brought me back from the shadow from Ebb's lair. Ebb snagged me over at the castle. I got through most of the damn castle and whatnot, and Ebb came out of nowhere.
Well, maybe you should be better. Then
Hmm.
you wouldn't get caught twice in one day.
Yeah. Ebb wanted to know if Strahd was attacking. Like, shit, man, do I look like a vampire anymore? Fangs are gone. I bleed now. Like, what the hell? So,
B3?
God, really? Damn it. I was hoping you wouldn't see that.
I'm not even looking at anything. I'm not looking at him. I'm
Mhm.
reading while I'm doing this. So
Knight to pawn 4. What?
do you have any formal training? Well, clearly not at this, but do you have formal training at other things? Or self-taught?
No formal training. My father was the greatest swordsman in the Elven armies. I was supposed to follow him through the military, and I rebelled, which is why I was banished.
That's interesting.
So, yeah.
You always like music, or is it just like a...
Yeah, it's what I decided to pick up instead of the sword. Granted, I am my father's son, but he didn't handle the day I beat him. But no, music was the escape, and music's what put me on the road. Until my parents passed, I was pretty much blacklisted by the elves, and my sister's the only one that actually reinstated me after their passing. So she still holds the family fortune. I'm just your simple bard. Did your ex have a nasty ass best friend that got you banished to Ravenloft too?
No, that was just a dumb guy I met.
Fucking warlocks. So you are bullshitting about sleeping with Adrie, right?
No, we did it. It was wonderful.
By the way, if you're listening, Rachel's reaction was beyond priceless.
Yeah.
Adrie's like holding this bowl of water. She's trying to scry, and
Like, yeah,
Spilling
like-
everywhere.
she like wants to know what they're doing, but at the same time, she like wants to fling the water out of the bowl so she doesn't have to witness this
Wait a
anymore.
minute. When we did that, since her actual in-person reaction was shocking, can she roll a dex save to see if she's able to hold the bowl or drop it?
Oh, I wanted more of a con save to keep the spell going.
It's like a concentration.
I think dex save
Yes.
because literally she's focused on the thing, right? She's
Mm.
got combat casting, right?
I am a warcaster, so I would roll
So-
a concentration check with advantage.
Right. But my
Oh.
thing is that in this instance, it would be the fragility of a bowl while she's focused on something else.
Well, trying to hold the
Like,
bowl, not drop
crumple.
it or something after hearing that last one.
She like
Yeah.
crumples the bowl in her hand.
I think she should have to roll.
Oh,
What am I rolling, David?
You can use your bitch dice on this if you like.
okay.
No,
hold
I'm
on.
saving that.
I'm saving
Oh.
that for when I see you next.
All right. I rolled odds or evens. You're rolling dex.
Dex. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. That would be a 7.
The ball goes sideways.
That's a strong way to end the call.
The little invisible sensor like just evaporates on itself like with such force that there's like a breeze.
What does Rain think when she just drops the bowl?
You're right over there. What's
Adrie's
going on?
Adrie's face is just like bright red. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm gonna take a walk, get some air. I'm fine.
You're on the
What?
deck of a boat. What the fuck? Get some air? Take a walk? Where are you
I'm on a
going?
boat,
She gets up.
motherfucker.
Where are you going? You're gonna walk off the edge?
She takes a lap.
But what about Kaeviir?
I have to take a lap.
Oh,
Is
Hawks,
he
run time.
okay?
Hawks is running with Adrie.
It's like,
Speaking of take a lap.
the hell was that?
So now you see a kobold chasing the cleric around the ship because kobold just seeing the cleric run, so he thinks it's run time. And
I'm just gonna just watch the two of them go around the ship.
which room of the ship were you scrying from?
Were you on the deck?
I guess wherever. I mean, probably not on the deck since I want like I don't want like to just be open to the elements while I'm staring into a fragile bowl of water.
Then I probably wouldn't have seen this happen. To be fair.
Oh no,
I mean,
100%. You're in there. Story wise, you're there.
Oh, okay.
I figured it would have been just if you had talked about communicating, it might have been a good idea to kind of be around each other. Just in
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
Because that way she can.
Actually,
She would have. Adrian would have gone very quiet about like. At first, she would have been like, "They're talking about my mom. They're talking. They're just talking."
I would have been.
They're talking about chess.
I would have been listening through the tube
Okay.
up at the thing, and I just hear this.
splash of water.
This like, are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm gonna take a lap. I need some air. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Don't come down here. I'm doing laundry.
The beholder's like the beholder looks over. His name right here. Cargolus looks around. Elves are weird.
Yeah, this whole ship is weird.
This is so much more interesting than staying in the tower by myself.
You know what? I can't fault you for that one. Yeah.
I just like the idea that he eats the fucking like the snacks again and then passes out and wakes up. He invented edibles.
Do not make me make a stoner beholder. I will.
Oh, that would be excellent. As a matter of fact.
He just slowly turns into Matthew McConaughey.
He's just got
all right.
He's got 16 bloodshot eyes.
Oh my god.
He's just red-eyed fucking beholder. He's like, what's up, guys? I just read this book. It was crazy.
He nudges Rain. He's like, I know where Kaeviir left the trees in the kitchen. You want some?
Well, yeah, I want some.
I'll go get him. I'll be back.
Okay.
He floats down and comes back with a bowl, puts it down. He begins to eat.
So what actually are these treats that the beholder is eating?
They're the same ones from the night before. What was left over?
Oh, okay.
Why did we save those?
Story plot.
I put them in the refrigerator. They might have gone bad. I just kind of look at them and I go, okay. I just turn back to steering the ship. I'm just waiting to hear the plop on the deck.
Dude, he rolled a 2 on the first one.
Oh,
boom!
And there he goes.
Drow ride.
Hawk stops. Oh, Hawks has a ball. Runs up and gets pushing the beholder around the ship.
No. We don't roll the beholder around the deck.
After enough ice stocks hitting, it wakes up.
For the same reason that we don't put skeleton people inside the magical cannons.
Wait, you put what in the what?
Oh no.
Just, just leave him alone. Just let him sleep it off.
Hawks will remember this.
Oh, that's exactly right.
Uh,
Hawks is like
uh,
Hawks understands, Captain. Hawks listens.
Hawks is
uh,
like, right, you don't put them in the
Mm-hmm.
can.
no. There was no
The older
sarcastic tone. No, we got
older looks Chris. Yeah, he looks down on Hawks. I know where Brendan is.
no. Do not make me put both of you in the brig. And then it comes to then I think to myself, of all the things that Kaeviir showed me about the Lanastra, I don't remember there being a brig on board this ship.
Yeah,
Oh,
That might be an oversight.
no,
Cargolus is like,
overside.
you hear this one, I stock? I have a paralyzing beam. And he
Okay.
begins flowing down. I'm gonna go defend the lab. Coming, Hawks. Hawks coming.
Oh, great.
They walk past Adrie as she's taking. She's like, everything's fine.
Hawks, there's definitely not fine. Never listen when they say that's fine.
After Adrie takes a lap, gets some fresh air, refills the bowl with more water, she is going to try to scry her mother.
Ooh. All right.
Which mother? Did you say mother or did you say her name?
Well, she was able to descry her the night before, so
What did you say last time?
her mother, Thirastra Liaden. She is familiar with her. She has her Mirrorverse
On,
counterpart sword, so that works as an item.
I just think it would be interesting if you said, "Show me my mother," and then it went to some random person that you've never met before. Maury, Maury.
Astraliadon, you are not the mother.
Dun dun. Deez is
So-
angry because he has to redo a poster.
She has to make a wisdom saving throw, -9.
She rolled a 6.
That'll be a fail.
She failed.
I like
So-
how Scry is essentially, "Hey, D-Walk, role play it for us, motherfucker."
It's my time to shine. All right.
She's just twist a little clicker in his back, and now you'll dance.
Well, I'm wondering also because I saw that Soth noticed the scry the day before. So does he think that someone was scrying on him, or does he think someone was scrying on her? And is he going to take any sort of like countermeasures against that?
That's a good point.
Oh, sweet mother of God, this has gone a completely different direction than I was planning this morning.
You didn't expect a buddy cop scene happening on one side of Darkon and then on the opposite side of Darkon.
In quotations, I will reiterate, there was the fourth option where you guys pick a path I didn't think of, and you guys head down it full barreled.
Yep.
That
We-
is what's happening.
We took
and you
the
know what?
nuclear option.
That's fine. That's why I have NPCs rolled up. That's why I have shit ready. Oh, dude, in my prime DM days of 3.5, I had like sheets of fucking like 10 NPCs a piece for fucking like divine and fighters and guards and thieves guild and all this shit.
Mhm.
And I had like this stack of them I carried with me in a folder. I didn't do that when we switched to fifth. I was like, I already put in like months of work on the 3.5 world. I don't want to do this again. I'm glad I kept most of my character sheets though. I ended up having to dig out the original book this week in case you guys did go Mirrorverse because all my original mirror writings is in the first book.
Oh. Well,
So
also now that like the beholder is awake, we never had a chance to relock the mirror. And now it's too
mhm.
dangerous to go into the lab to lock it
Yeah.
because none of us know the password.
And who wants to explain the fucking to the holder that, hey, there's a mirror that teleports worlds inside? Uh
Like,
Probably not. Yeah.
and that's why we need to go into the lab.
well, if you get them knocked out on Kaeviir's page, you can get in there. That's an option.
That's true. Maybe that's why we saved all the trees.
Yeah, just dope him up.
I was gonna guard the room until I got high. I was gonna paralyze him into stone, and then I got high.
You could absolutely edit this out.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da.
But
But now I'm just drinking with a kobold and passing out.
I just dropped the bowl, and I don't know why. Why this? Do you remember Diamond Tap? Oh
Yep.
my god! Every so often, something tastes like Diamond Tap, and I lose my shit. And I like try to bring it up to people my age, and no one knows what the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm
Oh,
like, did my parents just buy like 6 gallons of Diamond Tap and just give it to me way after it stopped being made?
Probably. Or
no.
Robitussin or something.
No,
Robo
it wasn't
trips. I remember
Robitussin.
road trips. But no,
Diamond
yeah, I
Tap.
remember Diamond Tap too.
Diamond
Grape?
Tap was grape.
Yep, grape.
It had a hardcore grape flavor, and like
Mhm.
it tasted better than what's it called? But
It might have been a military brat thing. My parents got a lot at the exchange.
yeah, I don't know if it's just the army just bought up Diamond Tap by the maybe that
Navy
could have
did
been
too.
that could have been it.
Navy did too. Navy did too.
That might have been it. I think
Diamond
you might
Tap
have-
and Tylenol.
That is crazy. Aphis just bought the
Oh.
shit out of Diamond Tap.
Ugh.
Oh my god, that makes so much sense. Holy shit.
You're welcome.
This just like cured a thought that has been infecting my brain forever. Oh my god. I was just
Oh,
getting
yeah.
old medicine from the fucking army. This shit wasn't curing nothing. My parents used to give me Diamond Tap for everything. I got headache, Diamond Tap.
They just
Come on.
they just opened up that MRE and took out a little Diamond Tap.
I love a good heated Diamond Tap.
Oh.
Just put it on a rock or whatever.
A rock or something, yeah.
Just put on something.
They used to have Chiclets gum that would come in the MREs, right?
It's your
Since we go out
dessert.
to the field, and there's green ones and white ones in every pack, one green, one white.
Yeah.
And there's this rumor, I don't know the chemical thing if it's true, but they used to put a laxative in the green, and then the other one was just regular gum. Like it would, so if you chewed up and swallowed the green gum, it would make you shit. And if you chewed up and swallowed the white gum, it would make you not shit.
Okay.
I don't know if it's true.
That
But
sounds like something the
everyone-
military would do.
Yeah. But so what I used to do is I used to collect them because sometimes you'd eat a lot of MREs, and like peanut butter and cheese in the MREs would make your butt stop working. Just you would not shit for like a week.
Oh,
And if you're on
cheese and MREs is the
So it's kind
Oh
of
shit, it's true.
sort of true.
Yeah. So
Kind of.
so here's the thing. When I was in basic training, I used to take all of the gum out of the MREs and I collect it from everybody, and I'd store it in a sock and I'd throw it in my ruck, right? And then when I get back to our fucking quarters or whatever you fucking call them, I'd put them in the locker, right? And I just hang them from the door in the locker. And whenever anybody had a problem, they'd just come to me, and we would trade fire guard for poop gum. And I would just give them a couple packs of fucking Chiclets gum, and that would be it, right?
Yeah.
And then they'd go shitlit, and I would not have to do fire guard, which is great. And that was just a thing. It was like an underground gum ring. And then I got caught. They had a random health and welfare inspection, and I thought my shit's locked up tight. I'm good, right?
Yeah.
They threw everything everywhere out of everyone's locker, and they found a thing of gum, and I got smoked so fucking hard for that. I did push-ups for the entire day.
Oh my
It was
god.
I raked gravel. I fucking did push-ups, and I got in a lot of trouble for that. And the only reason I think that the trouble stopped for me is because another guy got caught stealing shit from other people's
Ooh.
laundry.
Oh my
Ooh.
And
God.
so he got focused on, and I just vanished into oblivion
Ugh.
like a fucking fart in the wind.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Deez, how long
It's
were you in?
interesting. Not long. I fucking
Okay.
have a bad ankle at shitty, so
yeah, so Chiclets gum contains, as opposed to real sugar, it contains sorbitol, which is a sugar alcohol.
right.
If you've ever eaten like a whole bunch of sugar-free candy, it gives you the shits because your body can't process sugar alcohol. That's the whole purpose that it's in there. So yes, technically that gum could be used as a laxative, but you'd have to eat and
Like 3 or 4 packs of it.
like
That's
an
2 pieces.
ungodly amount of it.
All I know
Probably.
is that people would ask for it, and I would give it to them, and I would get off fire guard. So
Yeah.
I used to get it from not just my platoon, I'd get it from other platoons. I'd hold the trash bag whenever they'd let me, and I'd just snag all the gum.
If you ever want to learn about the horrors of people that run afoul of sugar alcohol, I don't think it's on Amazon anymore, but there used to be an epic review section for sugar-free gummy bears, like a 5-pound bag that people would buy this 5-pound bag of sugar-free gummy bears and eat like handfuls of it
Right.
and then be miserable for the next couple of days
Oh my God.
because because they damn near shit their brains out because they consumed an awful lot of laxative.
I used to eat a lot of gummy bears. This makes a lot of sense to me.
But sugar-free gummy bears.
I don't know.
Regular,
I didn't read them. They were just bears, and they tasted good. So
yeah.
Eat a lot of
Gummy
bone
bears
meal.
would.
Anyway, so I don't know what brought that up, but I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
I'm trying to find the reviews on 5-pound gummy bears.
Rachel sent me the biggest bag of gummies I've ever seen in my life. I have not even come close. She sent me COVID gummies. They look like little COVID molecules. They have nerds on. They're like a ball of gummy with nerds on the outside.
This may be so. Here, I'll read the one. This was a customer review from Luke. And it's entitled "See You in Hell: Haribo Sugar-Free Gummy Bears."
Fuck yeah, I eat Haribo gummy bears.
So
perfect.
It was my last class of the semester, and the final exam was worth 30% of our grade. After a late night study session, I felt confident, but I had to decide between sleeping in or cooking breakfast. My eyelids chose sleep. My stomach later regretted this decision, and after several uncomfortable stomach growls, I finally decided to make a quick stop by the campus bookstore and grab a snack before my test. Since the semester was ending, everyone was going home. A lot of items were on sale, including the snacks and candy. And being in the hungry state that I was in, I felt it was only logical to pick the largest yet least expensive candy in order to get more bang for my buck. And there they sat, 2 bags of Haribo sugar-free gummy bears, buy one, get one free. What a deal, I thought naively. I would eat 1 bag before my test and 1 bag afterwards. As I walked to class, I gleefully chewed on those abominable little bastards, unaware of the utter mayhem that they would soon unleash upon my poor anus.
God.
I love this.
I sat down at my desk as the professor informed us that due to issues with cheating in the past, restroom breaks would be prohibited until the completion of the exam. I'll give you 10 minutes to use the restroom now. This will be your last chance. The demon bears at this point had not released their unholy necromancy upon my stomach yet. So in my moment of ignorant foolishness, I remained seated, still munching on those miniature-shaped bombs. After the students wise enough to take the professor's offered return, the professor handed out the test. I was 6 questions in when it happened. It started subtly at first, almost like a slight tingly sensation in my lower abdomen. I thought nothing of it, assuming my intestines were just doing their thing. Little did I know that my intestines were desperately trying to warn me of the horror that was on the horizon. By question 9, it happened again, but this time it was followed by a sharp pain, as if those infernal hellions had orchestrated an attack upon my colon. I fall to contain the groan that tried to escape my lips. It was at this point I began to panic. Something was going horribly wrong, and I needed to get through this test before it got any worse. By question 14, my worst fear was upon me. The Satan bear's burning hot, liquidly dark magic had crashed against my sphincter like a tidal wave. I was able to close the hatch just in time, but those relentless toxic bears beat against it like orcs breaking down the doors of Helm's Deep. I knew I wouldn't be able to so much as shift in my seat without risking a breach. I kept fighting through my exam, clenching my cheeks with all my might. Beads of sweat rolled down my neck, and suddenly a loud gurgling war cry came from my belly, and the entire class lifted their heads in unison. At this point, nothing else mattered except expelling this ungodly presence from my body. With 15 questions left, I promptly wrote C for every answer, ran out of the classroom. My professor yelled something, but I was too preoccupied with the volcanic eruption that needed to take place before I could find sweet relief.
Oh my God. Did he fail?
I don't know. It just goes on, but it ends as after 30 minutes of this, I immediately went home, dug a hole in my backyard, and burned the remaining bag of gummy bears. I leave with this. I repeat, do not eat these spawns of Satan. Not only do they cause me to fail my final test, but the anguish I experienced is something I wouldn't wish upon anyone, even my worst enemy. The only place these godforsaken hell bears belong are buried deep below the earth.
Someone doesn't know how to blow off the valve. You have to blow off the valve. You know what I mean? We gotta release steam. You know, it's like a train. You know, like those old trains. You have to like let out just a little bit. Otherwise, the engine it'll fucking pressurize.
It'll blow the boiler.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want to.
Oh, sweet mother of God.
That's why there's a particular amount of pressure that you practice with your butt cheeks where you can still release gas, but not enough to release anything solid. You know, like playing a reed. You know what I mean? Like a reed instrument, like a woodwind. Like, you know.
Why don't we go back to the game?
Yeah, we should.
This is no game, Rachel. This is real fucking life.
Okay. All right.
We're all pretending like we don't know what I'm talking about, but everyone here
we do.
has tried to fart quietly.
I believe
everyone knows the amount of pressure their colon takes.
It's referred to as the one cheek sneak.
No, that's where you sit up on one and you kind of push the other out. I'm talking about where you just kind of like you use like a sustained pressure on your rectum and then you fart with purpose. Right? Right? And sometimes it's hot and you're like, I can't tell if this is wet hot or just regular hot.
Ew.
So we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait.
God.
I just like the phrase "fart with purpose" as if there's any other way. It's like, no, I'm farting for pleasure.
Look, you don't want to. Now, what I mean though is like there's a fart sometimes that comes up on you and you just let it go.
Yeah.
And then there's times where you're like, you know that's dangerous. So you gather your internal like fucking test. You know what I mean? Like the inside of you needs to have some sort of like you're like the pressure's low. This is where I make the move, right? Otherwise, you just risk blowing an O-ring and shit in your pants right in public. You don't want to do that. Come on, man. It's a society we live in. You can't just go shitting wherever.
I understand what he's talking about. I've had this experience in the plants before.
Every guy has. And look at Nate playing. Look at Nate playing like he doesn't.
No.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. You had a lot of fucking spicy hot wings, right? On the way out to the car, and all of a sudden it's like, and you just wait a minute. You wait a minute for the pressure to chill, and then eat.
I have sort of a, I wouldn't call it the opposite effect, but I would call it a corollary to that, in that, for example, last weekend when I went to go, I was hanging out with my mom and stuff and taking care of stuff from my grandfather's house.
Shit.
We went and ate seafood. And I felt fine until I was like, I don't know, maybe a mile and a half from the house. I like exited the freeway, and all of a sudden my stomach was like, oh boy, we're almost home. And then it was like there was some sort of proximity trigger and that tends to be the thing that I always worry about. It's
You
like
get comfortable. That's the problem. You let loose.
I don't think it's that. I
I'm
think
home free.
there's something subconscious in my brain that's just like, oh, we're almost home. It's time to poop.
You're like
And
you're like the NFL player who spikes the ball on the 5-yard line, right? That's what you're thinking. You're just like, I could spike it now. I'm home free.
I'm Leon Lett running towards
Right.
and then I
Yeah.
get the ball swatted
Spike it
away.
in the
running
snow.
free.
You're spiking it in the snow, thinking you're good. Well, you ain't pony boy. You ain't. You know what I mean? You're gonna soda pop that bottle open. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about the hot ones where you're not certain if you shit yourself yet?
Oh my god.
Mhm.
You just need a minute. You just need a minute. You just need a minute and you're like rock side to side. You're like, nope.
Nope.
Feels okay.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Pretend like we don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just being too honest right now. Rachel knows what I'm talking about. She knows what I'm talking about. I'm supposed to believe that this human experience that we've all been a part of is so offensive to everyone.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Ah.
I mean,
At one point,
she
every
just
one
eats
of us-
vegetables. So I mean, come on.
Yeah, Roughage has no connection to poops.
No.
All I'm saying is that at some point, every one of us on this planet shit their pants every day and then didn't. Right? Right? There's a point at which every person you've ever met, no matter how cool they are, or how hot, or how important, or how useless, or how fucking rich, or how poor,
Yep.
have shit themselves every day and then didn't.
Mhm.
It's not hard to think about. I mean, people like Star Wars movies, even though they're not really as good as they used to look. You go back to something that you experienced in the past, and you're just
Yep.
like, hey, what's more human than that? Is all I'm saying.
Again,
The
everybody-
nostalgia of shitting yourself is something I think we should all experience once.
I don't know. Nostalgia doesn't sound like the right word. Experience maybe, but nostalgia, I don't know. Nostalgia
Can we
implies
experience the game?
yeah.
We-
All right.
It is getting late, so maybe we should find a good place to kind of wrap
All
this
right.
up. Although I would like for Adrie to scry her mother.
Okay.
Well, let's do
All right.
I do that, and then that I'm fine if we stop there.
Okay. Uh, so she failed her save, not willingly, because she didn't know that I was casting it
Oh,
on her.
fuck off.
So
It's getting late, but not too late to take another jab at these.
that's right.
All right.
It's never too late for that.
All right. You ready?
Mhm.
All right. You get a busy signal, and the message to play is you've reached Lorsoth's answering service. Thank you for calling. We'll recall you back later.
How can you do that?
You can't. I'm fucking with you.
Okay.
All right. You're able to locate her. She's sitting on top, one of the higher buildings in New Vitcher Springs. It's kind of quiet. A little after dawn, and next to her, you pick up Midnight just sitting. Soth is standing over, foot up on side of the kind of the lip of the building as he's looking down across. Seems kind of quiet, the three of them just sitting there, or the two sitting and the one standing. Dr. Midnight, oh no. Dr. Midnight does not want this again. You know this, Soth. Doesn't matter. You willing to leave the land in the hands of one of them buffoons? You know the three won't take it. And you really think that Captain can hold it and the others? Draga had his shot in his realm. The Kurgat? Right. There's only one vampire that ever ruled a realm right. Dr. Min, I think that sounds almost like admiration. Strahd can get fucked. You hear Tharasa speak. You both seem to have an opinion of this vampire. Should I meet him? They both kind of look at her sideways. You can't. At midnight, do you know why Barovia hasn't fallen like Darkon yet? With Strahd being dead, it should have fallen. Dr. Midnight knows the secret of this. Strahd was the first. If they let Strahd die, then most of the Dread Realms fall with him. The realms can't survive without Strahd. Is he dead? For now, but he won't be for long. He's never for long. You know as well as I, this isn't the first time he's fallen. And Azrael didn't fall either. He escaped. Soft nods. I need to know how. I'll put you on the throne, but you get me out the way he went. I have to return to Kren. Dark powers be damned. Let the rest of them play their games. Dr. Midnight knows you can send a letter to him. They asked for a letter for their help. You don't want to play his game? South looks down. I wrote him a letter. It's in bodies down there. I spelled his name. I just have a really bad time mailing it. Theresa stands up I'm sorry. Sariel stands up and walks over to the edge. You spelled his name wrong. I had to fix it. South just kind of stares at her for a moment. Stares back down. Dr. Midnight looks up. It seems, Dr. Midnight says, it seems we are being watched. You hear a kind of a sickening chuckle from Soth. It's not the first. Do you know who they're watching? Hmm. Give me a moment. Dr. Midnight has to work. Why don't you drop the Midnight and just go with the Curious Rex? Dr. Midnight is not him no more. Dalcurious died years ago. And I didn't find the Pretender here. We need to find him. Serial. Pretender, you say? I'm gonna take it off Pretender's heads. Left a few of them behind. Poor sweet Damokos. Soth, you said Midnight could tell me what he was lying about. You won't believe us. Try me. Hmm. You heard of the memory curse? Bullshit. Dr. Midnight knows you think bullshit. But Dr. Also Midnight knows that spell isn't on me or Soth. It's on you. And it's a strong connection. Who the hell would connect to me? I'm just a sellsword. Soth shakes his head. No, not the way you swing your sword. I don't know who you were beforehand. Not the way you sing your sword. No one in Darkon swings a sword like that. Where to next? What's my map? I'm misplacing everything now.
I don't like this. This makes me nervous.
Well, Dr. Midnight's like, well, we need an army. You don't have enough power to keep raising knights as we go, and I've kind of went a little crazy here. I haven't cast like this in years. I swore I wouldn't. Where do you think at midnight? Where are we going? Dr. Midnight thinks the necropolis. Soth scratches or touches scratches on me. He looks at a cereal, which he knows Thrasta. She may not survive the necropolis. She's a decent ally. We'll need her in the end. But you want an army, that's the best place to get one of our kind. Huh. You know we can't crown another Dark Lord without Strahd's blood. I know. The land's not going to last long enough for the Dark Powers to bring Strahd back. So where is it? I don't know. Though I'm pretty sure the professional has a way to get it. You may have to play his game. You may have to play his friend's game. Soth looks on. I just wrote him a letter. Oh, sorry. I just wrote him a letter.
It's working. It's all coming together.
See?
Autographs from all the Dark Lords.
Spelled his name. You know, I probably could wipe out the R on the end and use a new body. There's still Internal Order left alive, right? No. You showed up too late. Well. Cyril, get your sword. Midnight? Hey, wait a minute. The hell is that a demonic horse down there?
Oh no.
Midnight's like, that little that that creature's been crazy the whole way. Midnight's enjoyed it. Just kind of going around attacking things. Think we can tame it? Soth, when did you start playing with demons? Good point. You know you sent that kid to his doom, right? Young Victor had a question. I answered it. Yes, where living Strahd was. I told him. I meant the dragon, you fool. You sent him to Ebb's lair. Except young Victor had something that you do not. And what's that? Shadow Dragon Patrol Rod. Strahd turned on a heel. I knew you'd react that way. Dr. Midnight knows your anger and he knows how much you love riding dragons. Not happening. Not dealing with you on the back of a dragon here. Kryn, you, not here. Dr. Midnight's not dealing with us. Let's go. East? East. Cyril calls back. I think you fucked up on the K too.
Adrie audibly gasps when she hears her mother curse.
Midnight walks up and you see him poke your scry and it pops. You get a sending. Midnight will see you soon, Adrie. Welcome home.
Oh no, is your dad not Ludo? Is your dad Dr. Midnight?
No.
Dr. Midnight. He has an advanced degree in night.
So would that make her Darkwing Duck?
Yeah.
Or-
My parents used to laugh whenever he would say suck gas evildoer because it sounded like he says suck ass evildoer. Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism. We really appreciate you coming in and listening. We also really appreciate all the people who support our Patreon. By supporting the Patreon, you're going to get behind the scene uncut clips that you'll get to see sort of like maybe the tissue behind some of the edited, cleaned up content. And you'll get that whenever we have a big block of it to drop, as well as any updates or any information behind the scenes stuff that we think the Patreons would like to know. So if you'd like to support our Patreon and help us continue making the high quality, high octane podcast that you've come to expect, go ahead to patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Thank you. And as usual, the invoice is in the mail. You can clip this bit out, but I was just like, a friend of mine who's a DM for me just messaged me to show me a picture. I'm like, I'll message you after. I'm role playing right now. It's kind of difficult to have a long conversation and role play at the same time.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay, no problem. Give them my appreciation in whatever form makes sense. So this is the form of appreciation. He appreciates the game. So there.
Okay.
I did it. So, well, you're welcome. You can leave that part in or clip it or whatever.
All right.